to report that you haven't reached Bravo.
Hello everyone, I'm Machine Gun Joe. This is the Doom 3 walkthrough. We're in Area 5, Alpha Labs. We just came from the UAC administration office. In that area, I think we were introduced to a couple new enemies. And Alpha Labs is basically where it's going to start getting real here in a second. Let's see, look how dark it is. This, again, you know, it's going to sound like a broken record, but this is why I love this game. It's just so good when it comes to like the horror aspect, and just look how dark everything is. And these enemies are just going to be popping in through the shadows. That's freaking awesome. I recommend playing this game in the dark. I recommend turning up the sound or using headphones. That will really immerse you into the atmosphere that the developers and producers of this game were probably looking for. Here's a health station if you need it. Definitely check out this computer. Unlock those doors.
The UAC takes pride in its safety record. Please follow UAC procedures.
Those Z-Sec soldiers, in some ways, those are some of the hardest enemies in this game. I like throwing grenades in here just because there are so many Z-Sec soldiers in that room, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't use the grenades a whole lot. So I usually use the grenades to make like a particular room or part of the level a little bit easier, or to conserve ammo. That's basically the only time that I really use the grenades. I have already received the trophy or achievement for punching out. Oh, that guy totally surprised me right there. For punching 20 enemies. Oh, and look at all these Z-Sec soldiers. I mean, that's what makes them hard, is because it's like a hit point scan detection type enemy. So they're not firing projectiles, so they just have to be lined up. So it's hard to basically dodge
For generations,
when they fire at you.
has lived under the looming specter of slowly dwindling natural resources. Our new ventures
Let me
on
take
planets
care of
like
that guy
Mars
on the floor there. So we obviously can't go up here. As you can see, there's some health on the bottom left. Ooh, there's something up there though. There is an enemy up there. You can usually kill him, but I missed my chance, so I just alerted him. So he'll be coming this way to come find me here real quick. Take care of this here imps. And the storage locker, which we will definitely unlock. Just kind of waiting for that enemy that we alerted. He's going to be popping up around here somewhere real soon. So we got a PDA. Not sure if I should check it, because I know that enemy we alerted is on his way. And we have a video disc. So I'm sure it will be talking about the Alpha Labs.
This is the audio log of Director William Banks, dated October 5th, 2145. It has been brought to my attention by Environmental Services that the recent power grid changes have caused many non-critical systems to malfunction. The report explains that this is due to either intermittent power outages or lower than optimal voltage input. It also says that sufficient power distribution to all non-critical systems is becoming more difficult to maintain, thanks to Dr. Vitruger and his so-called optimizations to the energy stores in and around the facility. I assured the director of ES that I would file a report with Central Authority over this.
Audio log for Kyle Berger, research supervisor for the EPD project. The elemental phase deconstructor is fully operational, and the research data we have gathered so far is very impressive. Unfortunately, we had a terrible accident last week. The research assistant was calibrating one of the core committees in the chamber, and witnesses say he appeared to see something. Like something was talking to him, and he backed right into the particle beam. It was not a pretty sight, as it took off the backside of his head. He lived a few minutes, although I'm not sure you could consider that living. But they say his eyes rolled back and forth, and he was trying to talk, although after losing that much brain matter, I'm sure it was just reflex actions. And due to this, I have enacted new safety protocols in the lab, and we have stocked one of the storage cabinets with emergency medical supplies. The code for the cabinet is 752. End of log.
And we heard in the audio log, 752 is the code for locker 009. We got some things in there. So, we'll open up this little door here, this little hatch. It makes some enemies appear, it spawns some enemies. But we will basically have to run down this corridor without getting hit by the laser. So that's the door you have to open, but this is the conduit access. So press this button or whatever and it opens up this little hatch. Careful of the Z-Sex soldier that you see right before you. And then there's a couple other things in here. Some zombies. With a strobe, jeez. Going to cause an epileptic seizure there. Wow, can't believe that zombie took 2 hits. That's insane. Now let's back up the files. There's no achievement in backing up files, you know, but it's just something to do. You can choose to do it or not do it. But there is no achievement or trophy that I'm aware of to back up all the files in the game. Gosh, can you imagine if this was real life though, and you were going through this and just how dark it is, and you know, all these sounds and zombies and things trying to kill you. I mean, I would just lose my mind like right off the bat. I would not last.
Gas leak stopped. Fire extinguished.
So I got a little lost, but here's a good example. When you get lost, you know you're headed in the right direction when you go into a room and there's enemies in there. So at least not on all the other difficulties. I think it's different for Nightmare, which is just an insane mode to play on, but the enemies won't respawn. So if you run into a room that has enemies in there, you know you've never been in that room
benefits analyst
before.
in HR 1024.
So here's a good opportunity to check out the
I
emails.
just went through another batch of accident reports from the science team. We've had 5 more people hurt this week while working with the equipment.
I think this is
The
Brian
most serious incident was
Jenkins'
when John Hughes,
email,
whose hand was caught in one of the plastic extrusion
or
systems.
Jack
He was
Smith, I'm not
performing
sure.
maintenance
But
on it
anyway,
and states that he
let's read
unplugged
some
it
of
and had the
these.
safety key in his pocket. It managed to activate without an apparent power source and shredded his arm up to the elbow before someone got him out. It's been reported that the machine is still running and we can't shut it down. The cost on that incident alone is enough
Gosh,
to raise the
can
red
you
flag, but
like
this
read
is
that
one
email?
in a
It's
pile,
so
and we're going to
insane.
overrun our budget
Joe
on benefits
Torso
payout this
Boy
week. And while
Moss
it's not my
talking about
department,
his
I have to
hair
assume
catching
that
on
the new
fire
equipment
and
budget
stuff.
is going to be blown out as well because according to these reports, the
Oh,
equipment's
who
breaking
is
down on
shooting
a
at
daily
us?
basis. Please mark this for
Look at this guy. Come on, come on. Alright, grab some help. Oh, look at this room. Okay, we definitely have something going on. So here is the introduction into a brand new enemy. And this particular enemy, I believe that that's the maggot that we're looking at. The maggots, they're particularly hard enemies only in the sense they go down fairly easy, but it's just that they're really low to the ground. And they do a lot of like swaying, you know, from side to side as they approach you. But they're a melee attack enemy. They move fast, but if you're only dealing with one, they're pretty easy. If you're dealing with multiple enemies and there's a maggot there, then it can get overwhelming fairly easy. Alright, so that door didn't open, which is a good indication that they want you to go another way. So let's go down here, go through these little air ducts. The levels in the game are obviously, at this point you can already tell, but they're pretty linear, so you know, there's only so many ways that you can get to where you need to go. In fact, there's a very limited way. But here we go. Let's continue to make our way through here. I thought I heard something. Oh, where did he come from? Come from? So usually when there's like enemies that pop out from the walls, they're in like a little alcove. There's usually items that you can get in there. So we did an automatic save right then, which is a good indication that this is sort of that we're about to head into a difficult room. Maybe it's a boss, maybe it's just a difficult room to kill all the enemies in. I just want to see, I'm sure one of those zombies came through that alcove and there was some health in there, so that's what I wanted to check out. And to be honest, I don't remember which enemy is in here. You see the Z-Sec soldier right over there? It looks like he's stuck, which is good for us. Yeah, I'm not hitting him very well. There we go. Now we got him. I think I damaged myself with one of those grenades. There's man, what is the enemy that's going to be coming out? Oh, wow. What is down here? That looks like bottomless pit. Someone is throwing barrels down. From up above, no doubt, right? Let's shoot some barrels. Oh, there's 2 Z-Sec soldiers over there. I thought there was only one. Whoa, what's getting us? Whoa. There he is. You know, try to not, fight the imps on a stairwell because it's very limited how you can move from side to side. Like, see, there's not a lot of room there on that stairwell. Wow, look at this. How gruesome. So you kind of want to be in a sort of open area, but the imps, I think it's pretty easy to catch on to their attack pattern. Whoa. That's crazy. We got some imps spawning. Oh! As I say how easy it is, I'm just getting hit. Jeez. Kicking my butt. I just want to make sure I'm not going to get attacked from behind. I am at 50% health. Now I thought I saw a Z-Sec soldier. Here's another video disc. On that table. There we are. There we are. Just making sure we have all the enemies. I thought I saw a Z-Sec soldier. We don't have access. Oh man, I thought that was an NPC for a second. Let's back up that storage door, you never know. You want to be a nice man, don't you? Ugh. Down to... went up, but then got shot again, so I'm 59% health. Sometimes reading the computer screen shows you like what's going on, and can add to the story a little bit. And it also provides those opportunities, like you will be focused on the computer screen, reading it, whatever, and then all of a sudden a slow-moving zombie will be right behind you, breathing down your neck, and give you a bit of a jump scare. It just adds to this whole thing a little bit. Oh, the HydraCon.
For generations, humankind has
And the
lived under the
elemental
looming
phase
specter of slowly dwindling
deconstructor,
natural resources.
which is really
Our new
interesting.
ventures on
So let's
planets
give a
like
listen
Mars
to
have
this.
only intensified our need to find fresh sources for metals, petrochemicals, food, water, and even air. To meet that need, UAC researchers have developed dramatic solutions. Solutions that will soon pay off for the UAC, its investors, and indeed the entire human race. Mars itself is our chief ally and the key to our solution. Look around at its vast red deserts, rich in naturally occurring iron oxides. They are the raw materials of our future. We have developed a process that destabilizes the atomic structure of pulverized iron oxide and separates it into subatomic particles, which are then siphoned off to create new elements. Like alchemists of old, the elemental phase deconstructor allows us to transform red Martian soil into clean air, fresh water, and hydrogen fuel, the building blocks for a sustainable, human-friendly Martian environment. And this is only the beginning. With continued research, we envision creating ever more complex molecules, even organic matter itself. Atom by atom, the UAC is building an ever brighter future for humankind. Safer worlds for everyone. For centuries, people on Earth have waged war over two things vital to human existence: fuel and water. As part of its ongoing commitment to create safer worlds for everyone, the UAC recently unveiled its development of the HydraCon. Though still in its prototype stages, the HydraCon will, in one dramatic move, forever end all shortages of water and fuel. By splitting iron oxide molecules, the HydraCon produces oxygen and hydrogen cheaply and safely without the need for large amounts of electricity. The hydrogen is then used for hydrogen fuel, a substance so versatile and clean that it can be used in everything from home appliances to today's most demanding rocket engines. A side benefit of producing this fuel is an endless supply of pure, spring-like water that is more refined than any earthbound spring. We envision a world where technologies such as the HydraCon can be used to end drought and civil strife in impoverished nations where water or fuel have ever been in short supply. While always at the forefront of scientific research and development, Union Aerospace hopes that the creation of the HydraCon will continue to make safer worlds for everyone.
Oh, you startled me. Man, am I ever glad to see you.
Whoa,
I thought I was
that
all
completely
alone. It's
startled
freaking
me
spooky
as
lately.
well.
The
I almost
HydraCon's
shot
blown a few
this guy.
circuits and is unstable.
He'll
Be
give us
careful of
access to
gun.
that door.
A stray bullet into the glass
so
shields could blow
that's
the
a good
whole
thing.
area. I'm gonna try and get this thing stabilized.
You know,
I'll head to the science office when I have this under control.
I love talking to the NPCs because you
If
just
I don't
don't
get the
run into them
HydraCon
very
operating within
often,
acceptable
so you
levels,
always want to
it
give
could
them,
blow.
you know, I usually talk to them 3 or 4 times until it's kind of clear that
I need to
they don't
stay
want to
here
talk
and
anymore.
see if I
They'll
can get
say
this
something
thing running
like,
safely.
you know, I'm staying here, go on without me. Or, you know, you should get out of here, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's when. And here's the PDA that we were looking for. And get some health over here. But right next to that PDA was a place where we could drop down. And I'll bet you it's going to drop us right down in front of the door that we need to get to. But let's check out Bernie Lipsitz. That's a very unfortunate name. Let's read his emails really quick, and then we'll probably end the level.
Safer worlds for everyone. For centuries, people on Earth have waged war over two things vital: fuel and water. As part of its A side benefit of producing this fuel is an endless supply of pure, spring-like water. Downstream, we envision a world where
Gosh, I took a lot of hits doing all of that. But that's okay, there's plenty of health. So we will finally conclude this area, Area 5. You know, this is the first area out of them that I almost get lost in. But we'll continue this walkthrough in the next video. It will be Area 6 in the Doom 3 walkthrough, and it'll be Alpha Labs 2. I'll see you later. I'm Machine Gun Joe.